What's going on, my good people? This your boy Lap Up the Entertainer here to bring you the field shows from Tennessee State University. I will be grading them. This is going to be an interesting field shows that they have. If it wasn't for this bit, I would not have a creative category on my grading scale. So shout out to them. I wanted to show them some love. I heard that they didn't have too much funding, so they couldn't do a lot of performances this year. So, but I was able to see two performances out of their season. So we're gonna grade the other three. They have three field shows all together that I haven't got a chance to see. So that's what we're gonna be grading. And we'll be done with Tennessee State as far as grading them for this year for 2024. But if y'all like this type of content, please consider liking, being a part of this family by subscribing here, hit that notification bell for more action like this. I do band battles, I do field show grades, etc. Stuff that's related to band content. And if you like music, I also am a music producer, so I have some other parts of my channel where my music is showcased. So if you like this type of content, please check that out. So with that being said, man, we're going to be grading Tennessee's field shows. So look to the cards next to me so y'all know what we're going to be grading, okay? We're going to be grading entrance, songs, formation, dancers, and breakdown. All together in those categories, they can make 25, okay? In each category, they can have 5 points maximum. So if they're able to do that, they will get a perfect field show rating, okay? They have a creative department, which they helped me develop because of them. Maximum points they can make at that is 5, okay? So all together, they can make 30. That's only if they do something unique on the field or something creative to the point when I have to call it out and say, hey, yeah, So they have a record. So with that record, it can get improved, or they won't get any losses, but it can be improved on the strength of the band itself, okay? So because they haven't had that many battles, etc., so I'm really expecting a lot of things in this field show to help increase their grade as far as a strength of this band. And I will be doing a grading scale as well. So this can help them get recognized for their hard effort, okay? And that can possibly help boost recruitment as well when I do my scale for tier list bands, okay? So with that being said, if they're able to get a perfect field show, which is a 25 with all the other categories besides creative, they would get a dub. If they was able to get a 27 altogether, minus the perfect field show, let's say they didn't have the perfect field show, but they was able to get 27 with their creative points, I would give them a dub, okay? But if they fail to either wow me with a field show or don't have a lack of creativity, I would not, and I repeat, I would not give them a dub. But they would not receive a loss at all. But I'm just saying that, it's for me to highlight the strengths of the band, okay? So again, ladies and gentlemen, please do not get in your feelings about these grades. It's just honest critique, and it's good for people to know and learn new things about what they can work on potentially. Sometimes I do point arrows out on band members, etc., but that's not me trying to single you out. That's me trying to point out the situation at hand. Okay, what's wrong with y'all field show? So if y'all feel some type of way, I'm sorry. But with that being said, I did enough rambling. Let's get into the action. Alright, so this is the halftime show at Nissan. We're going to start from, that's the halftime show at Nissan. Yeah, that's the Clear John Mayer Classic. Yeah. So we're gonna do this one first, and then we're gonna move on. We're gonna try to get them in order. There we go. That way they all be in order. All right, let's do it. We're gonna start with this one. It's the John Mayer Classic Halftime 2024. Let's get to it. HR majors.
So let's say you have to read an incredibly long email from your boss that you have to finish before the big meeting starts in 10 minutes.
I'm doing a nice presentation. That's dope. H5 look like it's there. It would be nice to get more top views than just getting all this. It's nice, but I would like to see what they're doing, you know? It's probably what we can see. But the lines look good though. That's cool.
I got something that'll cheer you up, Jack.
Walk in my direction.
I feel like the ending could have been a little bit cleaner. That's just me though. I like how they gave us another feature. There was 2 features. Is that the energy? Okay. Shut up. Okay. That's how I wanted to see it. If they keep the top view open, that's what I want to see. Alrighty. So let's give it a grade. Alright. So entrance of 5, songs of 5, formations. Even though I couldn't really see them do a lot, as far I wish I could get a more of the top view. So I guess if somebody's seeing this, I hope that they can incorporate more top view in the band. I like the close-ups as well, but try to focus more on getting top views, especially if y'all doing unique formations. But I'm gonna give them a 5. I didn't see anything wrong. People had their legs up, so I'm not mad at that. Dancers, I'm gonna give dancers a 5. Breakdown, I'm gonna give breakdown a 4. Kind of gave me 2 features that had something in the middle, but I just felt like it was kind of just lacking just a little bit. So almost a perfect. They didn't get the perfect field show, but they got 4 creative points. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually, real good. So let me give that a grade. So they got a 28. Not bad. Congratulations. They don't got a dub on their name, man. So, yeah, man. It was a nice field show. I couldn't really spot anything truly wrong with it. I just feel like they should have gave me at least one more feature. And it would have had a perfect field show rating for me, at least. This was an interesting halftime show. This was early in the season, so, I can only imagine what their homecoming and everything else looks like. So, this is going to be interesting to see how that goes as well. So, but I really enjoyed looking at it. Very entertaining. Very, very entertaining. All right, moving on. Nice little dub for Tennessee State. All righty, so we're moving on to this. This is their homecoming halftime show. All right, so that's what we're gonna be grading next. It's at the Nissan Stadium. So hopefully we can get a better top view, because I would like to see what they're doing or spelling rather, instead of just being just a quick second, then we're gonna just cut back in, But that's another way for them to hide mistakes as well. So I would say that. So I mean, can't be all true, we give y'all the truth too, y'all. Some people like to hide mistakes, and so, but this is the only footage that I have, so I'm going with what I got. So just want to highlight that. So moving on, if y'all made it this far, please consider liking and following here on Twitch, and then if you really like the content, please consider subscribing here on YouTube. Okay, just type in Lap Up the Entertainer if you're here on Twitch, and then if you're here watching it here on YouTube because of the algorithm, shout out to you. Like it up and subscribe. Moving on. Yeah, I'd rather this top view a lot. If we can get more of that, that'd be awesome. Drum majors. Okay, drum majors. Okay.
If you're ready to take your DJing
like
to the next level, today I'm going to show you how to use the latest version of Mixed and Key. Mixing.
See, I appreciate this. I can see what's going on. I like how they did the M. The M was kind of cool. Good. That's an interesting formation. Oh, that's real cool. That's real dope. Real creative. that Tennessee State got a pen, boy. They pen crucial. Sound really good, y'all. With a whole solo at this thing, bro. I wasn't even expecting a solo. I was not even expecting a solo. Yo. Was not expecting that solo. Okay. Ah, that was nice. let's give that a grade. I feel like they're just missing about a couple points, man. Like they right there, but breakdown, I'm gonna give them a 3. Creative, I'm gonna give them a 5. Dancers, I'm gonna give them a 5. Formations, 5. Songs, 5. If I can give songs higher, I would, cause they sounded really good. Entrance is a 5 as well. So pretty much did really fantastic. Top tier. So they got a 27 on that. That was nice. They look, they got another dub on their name. So put another dub on their name, ladies and gentlemen. That was another successful field show. I really enjoyed it. I wish they would have gave me another feature, and I think they would have got a perfect field show for me. You know, the last one, I just felt like they were just missing a little bit of extra. This one, they're just going to give me another one. But it was still good. Like, you know, no complaints. I really enjoyed that field show from them. Very entertaining. Very, very, very entertaining field show. Okay? So we got one more field show that we're going to grade, and that's going to be it. If y'all made it this far, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps your boy out tremendously, okay? So, again, you know, it's nothing but love here. Hope y'all enjoyed this content, man. This is the last one we're grading. Alright? So let's get into it. Let's see what they got. Now, this is a short one. It's clocking in 6 minutes and 9 seconds, so I do not know what to expect, but hopefully we can get something in here. Let's see what we got. Like this is at the NFL game. thing I would say this, even though they're doing close-ups, I can tell people have energy. That's my thing. If you know what you look like, you know what you're doing, and you got energy, I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. Alrighty. That was nice. Alright. Let's see if I can get me a good top view. Alright. So, was not another perfect field show, but this time they only gave me one feature. I'm going to give them a 2 for the breakdown. They got a 4 creative. Everything else was a 5. Okay? Definitely was very entertaining. Very, very entertaining. They got a 26 on that one. Okay? They were short on time. Let me explain how NFL half times ago. You are very limited with time. So once I realized that mark was 6:09, I was like, this is very short. And I realized this was like an NFL game. I was like, oh. But, you know, it was still good. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Even though they didn't get a dub for this one, you know, it was still entertaining. I enjoyed it. They just missed it by 1 point. Okay? I feel like if they would have gave me a breakdown in the beginning, I think I would have been able to swing them towards 27. So, very entertaining. I really enjoyed Tennessee State and looking at their field shows. I hope that this was inspiring to some other people. If they part of this family, you know, if they part of Tennessee State, you know, please consider subscribing. Help your boy out a lot, and I will be covering y'all in the future whenever y'all come out with some more content, okay? So, you know, definitely please consider subscribing to your boy, okay? But in the meantime, man, I really appreciate y'all, man. I'm glad y'all checked it out, the content, and y'all made it this far, man. Hope y'all be safe out there, and like I tell y'all always, deuces.